Hi guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be updating you on some more current latest news. A bit more transfer rumours is updated in the process now. Why do you think Harry Kane now has become one of the best strikers in world football, and definitely the best striker in the current Premier League? But now apparently Real Madrid are actually not afraid of currently Kane's price tag, because Pochettino had claimed out from Tottenham's perspective that he's happy with the club, he respects the club, and Pochettino's made that very clear. You know, Kane risen up the ranks with the academy where he did struggle a bit. You know, he'd been on loan deals with like Leicester, Leyton Orient and Norwich City, where he didn't score a single goal for Norwich City. But Kane, who's now hit over a century of appearances for hit over a century goals, should I say, for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Scored 80 odd now in the Premier League, so he's not far away from hitting a century of goals in the Premier League alone. And also got a hat-trick in the Champions League, 2 against Huddersfield. And he got 2 against Borussia Dortmund as well. He scored 6 goals this season in the league, and I think 11 in all competitions. See, last season, 30 appearances, 29 goals. Season before, I think 25 goals in 38 appearances, and he has won the Golden Boot for the last couple of years. And I think now the way he's performing, you can classify it. He's on the same level, and he's elevating to a higher level, on the same level as Ronaldo and Messi. That what are the 2 best players in the current world. But with Harry Kane, do you think Tottenham will ever consider selling the player? You know, this day and age, Kane is going to be worth a hell of a lot of money, you know. And it's clarified, but Real Madrid don't seem to be bothered about this. So could Real Madrid even tempt to try and go for Harry Kane in January? Because for me, probably not, because Pochettino's clarified he's going to be worth a lot more than £100 million is Harry Kane in this day and age. He's probably, if Harry Kane is going to be for sale, his price tag is going to be probably nearly touching £200 million, and you know, maybe £196 million what it's saying on the report. But for me, we saw the deal with Paris Saint-Germain because they invested a lot of money in this in the August window. They've got Mbappe, they've got Neymar. They're structuring the deal for Mbappe on loan. And PSG had paid £196 million for Neymar from Barcelona. So that is the record fee the record fee in world football at the moment in time. But Kane could presumably beat that, or he could be valued at the same price as what PSG paid for Neymar from Barcelona. So for me, are Real Madrid actually willing to pay this £196 million? So if it was to say what Tottenham was saying, they'd be looking at nearly £200 million if they were going to sanction Harry Kane off. So for me, yeah, 6 goals this season. I think the best strikers are Kane, you know, Romelu Lukaku. Aguero's doing very well. He scored quite a lot of goals. Morata's doing very well for Chelsea. As I said, this season, Morata's doing very well. Very good in Italy. He was quite good for Real Madrid, even though he became a reserve player as well. But Real Madrid, big, massive club. You know, they've won so many honours, got an ecstatic stadium. And for me, you know, Kane, if he was to even attempt to make the move to Real Madrid, obviously, you know, he's beat, you know, with Tottenham, is he going to achieve silverware? Are they going to be challenging for leagues and stuff? And this is what a player of, you know, Kane's calibre wants. He wants that, and they can't carry on going on like this. You know, they are playing well, but I think Kane would want to be challenging for silverware, you know, want to be elevated to that higher level, you know. And this is what Kane would want eventually, like the other Tottenham players would, such as Dele Alli, Danny Rose. They have got a very good attacking team of Tottenham this season. They've been very good away from home. It's just that they have not won at Wembley so far this season. But what was I going to say now? But Kane's good aerial threat, good in the air, good at leading the lines fantastically well. I think Lukaku does have some slight better attributes, physical attributes, than Harry Kane does. I still think Harry Kane is still slightly better, obviously, than Romelu Lukaku. But I think, you know, Lukaku deserved what he got. He got the PFA Fans Player of the Month, which was very good to see, because we know Lukaku's got 7 goals now in all competitions for Manchester United. 7 goals, sorry, in the league, in 7 appearances, and 11 goals, sorry, should I say, in all competitions for the club, which is very good to see. But Harry Kane, I've got to say, is one of the best strikers in the world, and you could say he's getting on that level now with Messi. He's getting on that level now with Cristiano Ronaldo. But yeah, we've seen some good players over the years, and we've seen Ryan Giggs for Manchester United, who was a great legend for us. We've seen Scholes, a great legend for us. Michael Carrick's still at Manchester United, and Giggs made, I think he made 632 senior appearances for Manchester United. Gareth Barry has actually levelled that up now. He has made 600. I think he's made a bit more. He's made 634 senior appearances now. And Alan Shearer scored 260 goals in his career with I think it was all in his career, wasn't it? So that can definitely be beaten as well. Harry Kane, though, is a very, very good player. A lot of teams may try and snatch the player up, you know. But yeah, it's just been talks about Real Madrid are not bothered about how much he would cost, and they're maybe saying they could consider actually putting that amount of money in for Harry Kane. But it is a lot of money he would be worth at this day and age. And it's also saying that about Alexis Sanchez and Alexandro, that now Chelsea Football Club, who this season have done pretty well. You know, they lost to Manchester City, but there's going to be concerns at Chelsea Football Club now. They won the league last season. They've won quite a few FA Cups. They are still a dominant force, but I just don't think they've got the depth this season like Manchester United and Manchester City have. I think with Chelsea's perspective, they've got Morata injured now, you know, who's scoring goals for them, leading the lines very, very well. He's injured, so they're lacking options up front of Chelsea. Plus Diego Costa's still gone as well, but they have still got a pretty decent team. Spent quite a bit of money in the August window. Conte has actually publicly come out and basically said he wasn't satisfied with Chelsea's transfer market because he missed out on quite a few targets. There were reports admittedly actually stemming that he could go back to Italy because he used to be at Juventus, where he did well with Juventus as well. But why? Because he won a league title in his debut season with Chelsea. He won the Premier League with them, so that's what you got to take into consideration. So he's trying to resist the chance of him leaving by trying to get Sandro and Alexis Sanchez in. And company saying Chelsea could apparently make the move for Alexis Sanchez because there's a catalogue of teams that are heavily linked with Alexis Sanchez in the process. So he's probably one of the best in the Premier League. He's probably in the top 3, top 4. He's a left winger though, isn't he? He's not really classified as a striker, but he can play in numerous positions. You can Alexis Sanchez. So yeah, what I was saying is Chelsea are planning a double swoop. Obviously, they've got Bakayoko, they've got Rodrigo in there, they've got Morata in there, they've got Danny Drinkwater from Leicester, didn't they, on deadline day, or was it just after deadline day? So Alexis Sandro was actually Chelsea's main priority target during the current transfer window in August. Chelsea were willing to break the record fee for the defender because Manchester City did it with Walker, Manchester City did it with Benjamin Mendy, but Chelsea were willing to break the record fee for Alexandra. I think they had 2 bids in the process turned down from Juventus in the August window. I think Juventus are still convinced they can secure Sandro a new deal with Juventus Football Club, but Chelsea may make a move for him again and show their interest in the player in January. Alexandro is a good tackler, he's good in the air, he's good at beating oppositions one-on-one. His defensive distribution is very, very good. His attacking play is very, very good, very competitive. He can play anywhere on the left-hand flank. As I said, he's an ex-Porto player. He was Santos on loan, won quite a few honours. He's an ex-Porto player. He was there about 4 years. I think he made about nearly century appearances in the league with Porto. And he's won honours with Juventus now, and I think this is his 3rd season in the process of Juventus, where I think he's made 53 league starts for Juventus since his time there. He scored 3 goals in 20 odd appearances last season, but he does play in that defensive position. I think this season he's scored, has he scored this season? Yeah, I think he's got 1 goal this season as well as the current player, Alexandra. So Chelsea may go for him as well, because Chelsea's still looking to get a few more targets into their team to add a bit more quality into their team as well. But Alexandra, he's very, very good considering Juventus have lost they've lost a couple of players in the last few years. Lost Bonucci, Dani Alves. They lost, we know that they lost Vidal. They lost Pogba as well to us. So, but Juventus, without a doubt, probably are the best team in England. And it also says Chelsea are actually supposedly trying to make a move for Alexis Sanchez as well in the process. Alexis Sanchez, obviously we know he's coming to an end of his deal with Arsenal Football Club. He's Alexis Sanchez coming to an end of his deal. He was demanding £400,000 a week. Turned down £300,000 a week from Arsenal. He raised up the ranks of underneath. It's still saying, as I said on the report with the Ozo, Man United are still have an interest in Alexis Sanchez because obviously we've still got that number 7 vacant. We haven't had a proper number 7 this year since we had Ronaldo, and we've had great number 7s over the years. But quite a few teams, Man United were interested during the August window. Paris Saint-Germain have still got an interest. Chelsea now interested, Manchester United, Manchester City, quite a few teams. Real Madrid have approached the player as well. Quite a few teams are interested in, Alexis Sanchez. For me, he's made over century appearances now as Sanchez. He's scored about 53 goals. He's risen up the ranks fantastically well with underneath. He said AC Milan are interested. They're willing to plot £75 million bidding, because he's been in Italy before as Sanchez, so Arsenal will profit from that because they paid £35 million for him from Barcelona, and he's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons with Arsenal. I still think he's going to go to Manchester City because he was on actually the verge of joining City on the end of the window, because him and Pep Guardiola, were fantastic together at Barcelona. Will Arsenal be even capable of, if Chelsea are interested, of sanctioning him off to a London rival? Especially, but obviously Arsenal have got other targets now on their radar for a current replacement. But Sanchez is very, very good. I don't see Manchester United really getting Alexis Sanchez. Chelsea are planning to get Sandro, and they showed their interest in Sanchez, who's free to discuss with other teams in January, because obviously he's coming to an end of his current deal. But yeah, Sanchez is definitely going to leave Arsenal, and Arsenal generated a lot of money in the August window as well in the current process. As I did update you earlier on, was regarding Alexis, was Philip Coutinho and Virgil van Dijk, as I did update you guys on earlier on. It did say apparently now Barcelona are willing to show the interest in Philip Coutinho, because Barcelona are a big club. They've got a very, very good history. They've got very, very good players there, such as Bayern. We're in the level with Barcelona because we've got a good history. We're a very, very good club and rich club. Barcelona have got a very, very good history. They're a very, very good top team. Bayern Munich have got a very good history. Real Madrid have got a very good history. So we are in the same level as them teams as well. But with Philip Coutinho, it did say Barcelona were willing to go for Philip Coutinho in January, of putting a £97 million bid in for the current player. Coutinho, who's an ex-Inter Milan player who Liverpool have purchased for £8.5 million. This is his 5th season in the process. I think he's got 4 or 5 years still left on his deal, as Philip Coutinho is an ex-Espanyol player as well. Barcelona were actually heavily into him during the August window. Coutinho had put in a transfer request, but Liverpool had rejected this because the owners were not willing to accept any bids from Barcelona. 3 bids in the process were rejected: 72, an 89, and 114 million bid in the process were rejected from Liverpool Football Club from Barcelona. And he even said Jurgen Klopp were not willing to accept any bids whatsoever for Philip Coutinho. So 3 bids in the process were turned down. So it's still saying basically that Barcelona could come back in January to try and get Philip Coutinho, the player that's for Liverpool Football Club in the Premier League. He's made over century appearances. He scored 36 goals and assisted 30. He scored 14 and assisted 7 last season, did Philip Coutinho for Liverpool Football Club, and I think he scored 2 goals this season in the process so far. But he's become one of the most creative midfielders and agile midfielders in world football as Philip Coutinho. So he's risen up the ranks well. His progression with Liverpool has been absolutely fantastic. And Barcelona director were convinced they could have got a deal done for him, but it didn't occur, and he's very, very good for Brazil as well as Philip Coutinho. But Liverpool still know they still need to reinvest. They still need someone at the back. Presumably still need a number 9 as well. So Liverpool still know where their problems are lying in their team, and I think Liverpool are actually, in my personal opinion, are going to re-show their interest in Virgil van Dijk in January. For definite, they're going to re-show their interest in Virgil van Dijk in January. He said he could be open to leave Southampton in January. Could Virgil van Dijk in the process. Because basically, it confirmed, he's back now with the Southampton squad. He was injured since January, was Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool, he was Liverpool's main priority target, and due to that, Liverpool had ended their interest back in June due to an illegal approach. He's got a 5-year deal with Southampton Football Club. Southampton paid £12 million from Celtic. He's also won Players' Player of the Season with Southampton as a Virgil van Dijk. For Southampton Football Club, he's actually made 54 appearances and scored 4 goals as Virgil van Dijk in the process. And it looked as though he was going to join Liverpool near deadline day. It looked as though it was going to happen, but Southampton were resisted and were actually reluctant to offload Virgil van Dijk. This is why a deal didn't materialise. So I think Liverpool may go for him in January. Quite a few teams were interested in Van Dijk in the August window as well. So what else would I going to do? I've updated you latest news, haven't I, with like Leon Goretzka earlier on. I've updated you just now with the Coutinho. Also, I told you about the Mesut Ozil story. That the press in the last couple of days have been reporting on Mesut Ozil. Apparently, heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford. He's been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford, and Mesut Ozil is a very good midfielder. There's nothing getting away from that. Very good midfielder. Some people say he's a big game bottler, but the press are reporting that what it said in the report. Man U were interested in Sanchez in the report. It talked about the relationship between Ozil, and Mourinho at Real Madrid, and they were very good in the 3 years at Real Madrid together, because Arsenal, paid £42.5 million for him, highest paid fee for the German player. But yeah, it could happen because he's coming to an end of his deal, and it did say Man United may make a move for Ozil in January, because the contract talks between Arsenal, Ozil and the representatives of the contract talks have currently stalled. So there's nowhere near close our Arsenal Football Club they were nowhere near close of Arsenal Football Club to getting an agreement done for Ozil to secure him a new deal. So he is going to be leaving the club. It also said Inter Milan are interested. So do you think there's any truth behind Ozil at Man United? He made over century appearances for Madrid. He's made over century appearances now in the Premier League with Arsenal during his 4 or 5 years there as well. He does operate well in that number 10 role as a player that's good at creating chances. As I said, he's very good at providing assists as well as Mesut Ozil, and he was in the Bundesliga for 5 years with Schalke and Werder Bremen in the process. So will Mourinho try and make a move for Mesut Ozil from Arsenal? It could happen, it could happen. I do think it could happen. But for me, and I think still our next signing could be Antoine Griezmann from Atletico Madrid in the process, because that number 7's vacant. We need that number 7. Sanchez, I don't think it's going to come to Manchester United. Griezmann looks the most likely. That's going to be probably our next number 7. It'd be good to see him in the mix with Ibrahimovic, Rashford, Martial, 2 young age prospects that are doing fantastically well with us now. Be good to see him with Lukaku there as well. Antoine Griezmann, who signed a new deal back in June. Griezmann, it did say Man United were actually willing to put £88 million bidding for the player. Now that Diego Costa's gone to Atletico Madrid, that could boost our pursuit of Antoine Griezmann. He did estimate 6 out of 10 he was coming to Old Trafford, but it didn't occur due to Atletico Madrid's transfer ban. He made nearly 2 century appearances with Real Sociedad, as I said. He's one of the best. He's a very good striker. He's one of the best in the world as well as Griezmann. He won the title with them as well, Real Sociedad. Very good in Euro 2016. Very good for France well. And there's a lot of good French players out there in the process. And I do really like Antoine Griezmann in the process. And I think he's been at Atletico Madrid now 4 or 5 years, is it? He's nearly hit a century of goals in La Liga now. Not in all competitions, just in La Liga with Atletico Madrid, and he's actually made over a century appearances now in the La Liga with Atletico Madrid as well in the process. But I think he's had discussions with Diego Simeone. This could be actually his last season with Atletico Madrid. Antoine Griezmann, but I think Manchester United may go for him maybe next summer or even in January. So I think he's going to presumably be our next number 7 player is Griezmann. In the processing, he scored 28 goals last season as well in all competitions, I think, club and country. And in La Liga, he made 36 starts, was it? And scored 16 goals and provided 8 assists as well in the process. So who do you think basically is going to be actually in Manchester United's next season? As much as I love Harry Kane at Manchester United, we're not going to get Harry Kane, so I basically forgot about that. But he's going to cost at least about £196 million. Is Harry Kane if you do want to get him. So for me now, he's one of the best in the world. Over the 3 years, Kane has been absolutely phenomenal for Tottenham Football Club. He's been absolutely phenomenal. He scores. Just like Romelu Lukaku is doing for Manchester United this season as well. And he's nearly hit a century of goals all in all in the Premier League as Romelu Lukaku, which is very, very good to see. So Kane's going to cost, he's going to be worth a lot more than £100 million. You're nearly touching £200 million if you've got that money, and even if you're considering going for Harry Kane as well. But one of the best strikers now in the world, definitely the best striker for me in the Premier League. And Lukaku was the second best striker in the Premier League, in my personal opinion. So Real Madrid, apparently Florentino Perez and Real Madrid are not bothered about the current price, and it's considering actually Real Madrid are actually willing to pay it. So this is just basically in ESPN. This is basically what's being reported out in ESPN. So I'd like to know your opinions on it. Drop your comments, likes below on my channel. Subscribe to my channel as always, and take it easy, and I'll see you later. Bye.